Thanks for sticking with it, guys. Hell of a leg day today. Now you have officially earned your bourbon, so let's go ahead and let's talk some bourbon. And today's whiskey of the day that we're going to be chatting about is right here. That's some Backbone Bourbon out of Bardstown, Kentucky. You may have seen these floating around on some of the shelves. These have been popping up, doing a lot of barrel picks, as well as some standard offerings. A lot of this is, as it says on the back of the label here, distilled, I'm not sure if you can see that, Lawrenceburg, Indiana, which you know that means it's our friends at MGP. This has come out, the big rage of not too long ago were the 8 to 12 year MGP barrels, and there's still some independent bottlers who have a couple of those out there. New Riff was famous for those with OKI. The Blaum brothers had some great barrels around that age for their Nodder bourbon, so on and so forth. There's a lot of great companies that still have some of those, but they're fewer and fewer around. And so now there's a little bit of younger stock. There's a lot of 5 to 7 year old MGP, maybe slightly younger, that's going, and it's going for a slightly lower price than the older stuff was. This is one of those things. Now this was a barrel picked by Barrels Brews, boom, who's got their new store in Nolensville, Tennessee, and I was just able to visit it. Justin and James, who run that, are great guys. They pick awesome barrels, so I got to taste this a little bit, so I'm curious to see after having tasted it once, now coming to the bottle and tasting it again, how it'll be. But right here, yeah, this is, from what I understand, just under 5 years MGP, and this particular barrel was aged in a 30-gallon barrel. This is not a 53. Now, people have a lot of opinions on non-traditional methods and smaller barrels. I've seen a little bit of both. I've seen some independent distillers who have very young stuff in like 13 or 12 or 13 gallon barrels, and it's pretty good at a year and a half, 2 years old. It's not the same as a 12-year-old product, but it's still pretty good. So this, about a 4.5, almost 5-year-old product in a 30-gallon barrel, not too much smaller than a 53-gallon, will be interesting to see. So let's take a look. Cheers. So let's take a sip. Let's take a smell first. This has a really deep, rich aroma. There's like honey and cloves kind of jumping out immediately. Deep vanilla for sure. And mind you, this is a barrel-proof product. This is 59.95% alcohol by volume. That's 119.9 proof. Only 114 bottles in this barrel. It is a smaller barrel, of course, so keep that in mind. A little bit of cocoa. This is a bold and rich bourbon. This is almost more bold and rich than I first remember when I had a sample at the store. It's got a little bit of the bite on there. Being about 4.5 years old, almost 5. There's still a little bit of a bite on there and a taste of grain and youth. But it's complemented by a surprising amount of oak for its age. Again, probably because of going in and out of that barrel so much more than it would in a 53-gallon in the same amount of time. So there's the gristling grain of the youth, but then there's leather and tobacco and some fruity oak that you get from some older things. So I'm not going to go on a limb and say, oh, this tastes like some 10-year-old product, because I'm still a big fan of traditional 53-gallon standard aging. I think that the best products have been made that way. However, again, for a sub-5-year product, this has a surprising amount of character and maturity to it, which I look forward to seeing whether people are keeping these Backbone barrels, these MGP barrels, and going to hold on to them basically until they age longer, or if we're going to start seeing some more of that MGP stock. Who knows? But so far, this is a very good pick. And a very interesting one because of the way it was matured. So, if you get a chance, stop by Barrels Brews, Nolensville, Tennessee. Tell Justin and James that Wrestling with Whiskey sent you. And you're going to find some great picks, including this one right here. Thanks for earning your bourbon with me, guys. Until next time, be wrestling with whiskey.